Hi everyone, welcome back to ITPK. In today's video, we are going to dive into a very important topic for organizations that want to enhance their data security and control our external devices. We will be exploring how to register specific USB drive using Microsoft Intune configuration profiles so that only designated USBs can be accessed by a particular department. With the increasing concern and around data leaks and unauthorized access to sensitive information, it is crucial to implement effective device management policies. One way to achieve this by restricting the USB drive that can be used in your organization's devices. By registering specific USB via their hardware IDs in Intune, we can ensure that only pre-approved devices are accessible while blocking the use of any unauthorized USB devices. In this video, I will be guiding you through step-by-step process. First, we will gather the necessary hardware IDs for USB drive. Then, I will demonstrate how to create a device configuration profile with Microsoft Intune. We will set restrictions based on these IDs. Finally, I will show you how to assign these profiles to any department devices. This approach not only promotes security but also helps in maintain compliance with your organization's data protection policies. So if you are ready to improve your organization's USB management and protect your data, let's get started. Please note that for this configuration profile and USB registration, we are going to create three configuration profile. I will explain you while creating them one by one, and we will register this USB with custom OMA-URI settings. So let me connect a USB device with my laptop, and also we have to get hardware IDs and class GUID for the USB. So I have connected my USB to my this laptop, and in this example I will show you how we can get hardware ID or class GUID from the USB. Let's go to device manager from my laptop. Here, let's find the disk drive, and in the disk drive, I have my USB here. Let's go to properties. In the properties section, please navigate to details. And in the details, here, open the properties drop down, and here you will find the hardware ID of the USB. I am going to register this first hardware ID in the configuration profile. Please watch every step carefully and don't miss it so that you could understand better when I am going to register configuration profile. And here, when I need a class GUID, I am going to get this class GUID, and I am going to register this class GUID. If you are confused about disk drive showing two options down below, you can go to the first option of USB, and that will give the same detail as the second option. Right? It's giving the same details in class GUID and hardware ID. So first thing is first, you can go to USB and you can get the hardware ID and class GUID first, because we are going to allow only the registered USB for our organization or for our specific department. Let's go back to Intune and start with creating the first configuration profile. Let me minimize this if I need it later on. To log in into Intune, please use this URL intune.microsoft.com and then go to devices. In the devices section, scroll a little down and go to configurations. In the configurations, please go to create new policy. Please select the platform Windows channel later, and here please select the templates. In the templates, please select custom and click create. The first name and description we supposed to enter here, that is app layer order of evaluation for allow and prevent device installation policy across all device match criteria. Please make sure you have entered the same description in the name for first configuration profile. I will share this name and description on the screen. Let's click next. Here we suppose to enter OMA-URI settings. Let's go to add. In the name, please enter the same name which we have added in the description and the name of this configuration profile, that is app layer order of evaluation for allow, and enter the same description here. Right. In the OMA URI, we have the same format that we need to enter in OMA URI, and I will share this OMA URI on the Windows screen so that you will be able to get this easily. And please note that we will enter OMA URI in our all three configuration profile. In the data type, please enter string. Right here, our first OMA URI configuration profile, in the string value I have entered only one, right? Because we supposed to allow here only one USB, and we will block all other USB. So for your understanding, let me add here two, because I will show you the code or the value string for registering more than one USB. That will be more better for you. So that's why let's say I have added two here, right? Our first configuration profile is completed now, right? Let's go to next. Here, let me quickly create the group. I will create and add that specific USB registration group into assignments. Let's go to groups. In the group section, let's go to new group. I wanna name this group USB. Okay, I've created the USB registration group here, and we could add member and devices to this group to target. We can either add all devices, we can either add all users, but here I suppose to add the USB registration group in our first configuration profile. Okay, I have added the USB registration group here. I don't want to assign or create any applicability rule here. And now I want to go ahead and I want to create our first configuration profile, in which we have selected that we will allow only two USBs to register in our organization or a department, and we will prevent all other USBs registration here. Now click create. Now let's go ahead and create a new policy, same as Windows 10 later, and select templates, and in the templates please select custom. Click create. The policy name should be same as I am entering here. Please note that the name I have entered here prevent installation of matching device setup classes. I wanna add same description here. Let's click next. Here we want to prevent installation of additional devices. So in the name, I can enter any name, but better to enter the same name we have entered while creating this configuration profile. In the description, please add the same description. You can enter any description according to your requirement, need, or the description you want to add, and you can also leave empty the description option. Now OMA URI. I have same OMA URI, and don't worry about this OMA URI because I will be going to show on this video screen while entering this OMA URI. Let's go to data type, and here again we have to select string data type. Let's enter data type here. Now, please note that this data type is only for one USB registration, and this string code is only for one USB registration. If we wanna add or register more than one USB, we have to put in the code after this, right? I will show you right now how we could enter that, and please note that here we have entered class GUID, which we have gotten from going to properties, and in the properties section by going to details and then go to class GUID. You can see this is ending with 18 here. So this is the same as the class ID I have added here. Okay, so this is the complete code for registering one USB. Got it? If you wanna increment another USB here, because we have selected two USB registration in our first configuration profile, then we are going to add here two USBs plus GUID, right? This is just for your understanding. Now, if you want to register more than one USB, we can do an increment within this code here. We can just put this code here by incrementing value to 2 and adding one more plus GUID in our configuration profile that names prevent installation of matching devices setup class. Let it save. We have successfully added OMA-URI settings to our second configuration profile. Let's go to next. Here, please add the same group we have created for USB registration earlier. Okay, select. Let's go to next. We are not going to define any applicability rules here. Now in review and create option, you can review all of your settings and you can proceed creation of this process. So let's hit create. Now we have successfully created two configuration profile for the registration of two specific USBs by entering the class ID. Now we are going to create the last configuration profile in which we will register the hardware IDs of the USB. Now let's go with last configurations, and we are going to create one more configuration profile for our USB registration tutorial. Click the platform, go to Windows 10, and again here go to templates. In the templates, please scroll down and select custom again. Let's name this. Please enter a meaningful name and a description. I have entered USB registration name here, and the description I have entered USB registration for hardware IDs registration. And because in this configuration profile we're supposed to get hardware IDs. Let's click next. In the OMA URI settings, let's click add. In name, please enter USB registration, and description you can leave that empty, or if you wanna add, you can add the description also. I am adding OMA URI here, and again don't worry about OMA URI code. This will be shown on this video screen so that you can get this. In the data type, again we supposed to select here string value, and in the string value we have to enter hardware ID in our string code. Let me show you how we can get this hardware ID. Let me show you again. I've shown you earlier in the device manager. Go to the properties of USB and go to details. In the details section, go to hardware ID. This is the hardware ID of USB. We have to register this hardware ID in our coming string of configuration profile. I pasted the string value, and in the device install IDs allow list, I've entered one and then two hardware IDs, right? Because we are registering two USBs from the beginning of this tutorial, and I have decided to register two USB so that you could understand how we can register more than one USB and how we can increment the code according to USB increment, right? So if you are registering only one USB, you can enter this code from here, right? This will be shown on the screen. Don't worry about this. And if you wanna register more than one USB and you are here adding the last OMA-URI, you have to increment the code from 2 and then the USB hardware ID, right? Let's save and click next. In here, we supposed to add that specific group USB registration. Select that, click next. In the applicability rule, click next. And now please review all your settings related to this last configuration profile. Once you are okay with this configuration profile, click create. Now we have successfully created three configuration profile related to specific USB registration and block all other USBs for our department, for our organization. So this is very useful for our data security, device security in our company, and I tried my best to explain you the step-by-step process of setting up this USB registration. Please note that once these policy will get synced across your organizations, and if anyone tried to connect the USB that is not registered here, that will be blocked, that will not be accessed. Only registered USB will be going to access. So here I have this policy applied on our some of organizations, and that is showing some of results here. For your understanding, let me show you the results of prevent installation of matching devices setup classes. So here we have a report that some of the users are trying to connect the devices or USBs that are not registered, and we are getting error here, right? So here when we open the error, we got the login username, device name, check-in status, and last report modification. So we are getting all of the details about the devices and the users who are trying to connect the USB that is not registered. Let's go to the first policy we have created and see if we are getting something there. Succeeded. Let's view report. They are succeeded because they are connecting the registered USB devices in this policy. Let's see the last one, last configuration profile here. uh, we have created that was USB registration, and here we again are getting 54 error, and it's because the users are trying to connect the USB, those are not registered. So that's it about this detailed video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have learned this tricky video. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Take care. Bye.